Welcome back. What is up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. It is time for a new episode of my third-person shooter series in Unreal Engine 5. It's been a long time since I was in this project, because last time I recorded like 5 or 6 videos in a row because I was going away and lots of stuff over summer and things like that. And now I'm back, so there might be some slight me forgetting where stuff is, so bear with me in that case until I get into the project again. But usually I tend to name stuff fairly obvious things, and I try to work in the same way all of the time, so hopefully I should remember most of it. We're gonna continue with the inventory for maybe 1 or 2 more episodes or something, so we are soon done with that. Then we will go into actually equipping the weapon and firing and doing maybe some zombie AI and stuff like that. But there is still a few things we need to fix up with the inventory. So we have our character here, and we have our inventory, and we can pick up some stuff, and the inventory is not supposed to open, so we found a bug instantly. That's nice. Anyway, we can equip secondary gun. That works fine. We can also pick up this head and equip it. There we go. But what we cannot do is can we equip the rifle, by the way? Did we do that? Yep, we did. So we can also equip the rifle. But we don't have any item for we're also gonna set up, we can do that later. We don't have any item for the actual chest, so let's set that up as well, and then I think we might be done with the inventory, at least for a while. So let's get into it. We have this chest. I found some other models that I can actually use as well, so I think we will do something with that. So we had this gas mask as well, yeah. And yeah, I showed you a couple of things that you could do, so the system should be fairly usable with most meshes, as long as you understood how we set it up. So we have for instance, for the head, we have the offsets and stuff like that we can use, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if I remember. I think we set it up somewhere, but I don't remember where we did it. I'm gonna look it up later. So anyway, we have this chest. I think we will do so we have this body, and I realized I had, from a long time ago, some other meshes as well. So we have this one, so we can use that one as well, and also a head that I found, so we're gonna use that one as well. So we can set up some different heads and some different armor. And if you are doing legs and hands as well, it's all working in the same way. I'm just doing head and chest just to show how it works, but everything is working. You should be able to do it with legs and more modular pieces as well. So where do we start? I think we will start by actually going into our character, and we're gonna give him a more generic, not so military normal look, by giving him probably this full thing. This has a head, but since the head on this one actually is the same that we are using, it doesn't really matter. They are covering each other, so that's fine for now. So here we have our generic character, and we're gonna make sure that we can equip the armors as well, armors and heads as well. So we don't have an item for the chest, so let's do that. We go to our items, and I'm just gonna copy. I'm just gonna Control W to duplicate, and this is gonna be police chest. So this is gonna be the police chest. It's gonna, we can use the same, or maybe we should use something else just to differentiate it. The police chest is gonna be these more yellow ones, just so we can differentiate them. Let me just close down some stuff. And all right, details, right? There we go. So the equipment mesh, that should be this one. Skeleton chest, the icon, I have not set up an icon yet, so let's do that soon. I'm just gonna do, let's just make the default material, call it police. This is a chest item, and the item type is gonna be, we have main weapon, secondary weapon, consumable, head, and we have chest. And one advice, I'm not sure how this works in Unreal Engine 5, but I forgot, not sure if I told you before, but we're working with blueprint structures and enumerations, and sometimes when you change them, you have to reset stuff in UI widgets, just so you know. So if you're, I'm not sure if it's still a bug in UE5, but UE4 definitely has problems with it. So if I were to change a variable in a struct now and then pick this up, then in the inventory, maybe this I wouldn't be able to equip it because it doesn't work, because the structure has been reset in the UI widget. So then you just need to set it up again, just so you know. Yeah, we have the C location offset for the head that I talked about before. Hide's head is irrelevant for this one. Max stack 1, current stack 1, that looks good. And at this point we can't equip it, right? Because I don't think we set up the functionality, but let me just see. So we pick this up, it's in the inventory, put it on the chest, and nothing happens. Yeah, so let's do that. We have the inventory, and we have the chest slot, and they are called, what are they called? Drop slot, item slot. So in these slots we should have on drop, right? Yeah. I don't really remember exactly how I set it up. The payload. Did we set it up in the inventory? Let me just 1 second. Alright, I think I am up to speed. I just had to look over my code quickly. Exactly, there are a few things we have to do. Firstly, in the inventory, you need to set the chest slot to an actual slot type that is chest, because this one is head, this one is secondary weapon, and this one is main weapon, and these ones are consumables. So this one needs to be a chest slot. Perfect. When that is a chest slot, that means we can pick this up and we can drop it on. But it doesn't do anything at this point. So we need to set that up. And we do that in the item slot, the graph. So we have this on drop function, when we drop, we set the details of the slot that we are dropping into. And then we have this f update player, which is a function that updates the meshes on the player. And we haven't assigned anything to the chest. So on the player character, we have the set quick slot, we have the set head slot, we have the set secondary and main weapon. So we also need a custom event called server set chest slot. And of course, if you have legs and other items, you need to do it for that as well. Run on server. I'm gonna set it on, and we need a new variable. This is gonna be chest slot. It's gonna be of the item item details, which is the detail structure that we did before, and it's gonna need to be a not replicated rep notify. And as I've probably stated before, you drag it out. As I probably stated before, rep notifiers will replicate if they are changed on the server, which this one will be because it's on the server. And yeah, exactly. Need to set the slots as well, right? Yeah. Just gonna copy over from the head slot, and we are gonna drag chest details instead of head details. SMC head. SMC head is probably skeletal mesh, right? Let me just see. Head, chest. So yeah, it's obviously the chest that we're gonna change. So bring the chest out, swap them out. C location adjustment, we don't have any for the chests, but that's fine for now. And yeah, you can obviously add these adjustments to the Y and X as well if you want to. And hides head if, yeah, and we aren't hiding it, doesn't matter. So now in the drop slot from the chest, we need to server set chest. And drag the details in. Save all. File save all. Don't forget to save every now and then in case it crashes. Let's see if it works. Probably not gonna work. Probably forgot something. Pick it up, drop it on the chest. It is working. So that is a very simple way to set it up. So now we have most of our slots working. I think that's most of the stuff for the inventory. So we're gonna take the rest of this video, I think, to clean up some bugs, because there was an issue. Yeah, there we go. So sometimes when we open, we pick up an item, the inventory opens, and also we need to make sure that the chest is saved, which is not. Is everything else saved? That's saved. I'm just gonna check if everything saves. Nice. Everything seems to save except the chest. We also need to fix this balaclava head thingy. All right. So let's start with the save. That's because on begin play, I guess. Update slots. Oh no, in the inventory. So in the inventory we have F update equipment slots, which feels like we could do a for each function here actually. Oh no, fuck it, let's just go like this. We are gonna get the chests details. Let's rename it to T. Okay, I'm stupid. I called this one chest slot. That's a bad idea. We should have called it chest details. So let's, and for replication or for function purposes, not this doesn't always work as it said. So I got a warning there that the function will not be called if I rename it, so I'm just gonna make a new one instead. Rep notify, and we're gonna use this one instead. Delete that one and paste it in. There we go. And just delete the one called chest slot. And we're gonna get chest details instead. Perfect. And we are gonna get the chest slot, which is called item slot 4. So we will rename it chest slot. WinZip. So we need to set the details of this chest slot here to the details that we are dropping. So set item details. Drag them in like that. And we also need to update the chest slot. There we go. That should work. Let's see if it saves now. I broke something. Yeah, that's it. Chest details and not chest slots. Chest details and not chest slots. Yeah, okay, sorry, we're gonna delete that one anyway. So now it's just, okay, file, save all. Yeah, yes. And in the functions we have this onRep chest. So the onRep functions, they end up in the functions overview. And we have this chest details now, so we can delete the chest slot. Perfect. Now it should work. There we go. And you can see it says. Perfect. So that is step 1. Step 2 is 19 minutes. Okay, let's try to fix this bloody bug. Okay, so what's happening here? We pick up the item, it's fine. So once we have opened the inventory, let's just see if that works. Once we have opened the inventory once, so because now I can pick up stuff, yeah, okay. But if I open the inventory and close it again, if I now pick up, it's going to open the inventory. Okay, so there's something wrong there. So find results. What do we call it? Why do we have, okay, open inventory, okay, close inventory. So yeah, I guess it's not this, because it's probably when we pick up items, right? Yeah. So pick item, we might need a variable for this. So what happens is that when we pick up the item, we update inventory, right? Refresh inventory. And this okay, yeah, so the refresh inventory opens an inventory. So I guess I thought that this would only return, wait, don't close, don't I remove from parent? Okay, it's apparently returns true anyway. So yeah, there's a couple of ways we could do this. We have the pending state. What did this one contain? Open. We don't want this. We could just do a boolean. That's the easiest one, but I don't really like bools to use them too often, because then you end up covering your entire project in booleans. But maybe we should just do that for now. We can just replace it later if we want to. So inventory open, make it a bool. Okay, so in the close inventory, actually copy this one. In the close inventory, we set inventory open to false, and in the open inventory we set the inventory open to true, and in the refresh inventory we only open inventory if it's already open. Because the reason we have this is that if we try to pick up a weapon when we have the inventory open, we want it to show up like that. So you can't see it. What's happened? Why is it 2? Ah yeah, because it's 2 slots. So what's happening here is basically it is closing and it is opening again, but quick enough for the human eye to not catch it. So now that bug works. So I think we've figured most stuff up. I'm just gonna fix, I'm gonna pause the video, fix an icon for the chests, and do 1 or 2 more heads of each part, and maybe clean this up a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer, and I'll show you. Yeah, we'll see. 1 second. Alright, gonna wrap it up very soon. Just 1 more fix here. So on these unwrap functions that we have, the quick slot, head details, chest details, yada yada yada. In the head details we have the code that hides or unhides the head. I accidentally copied that into the chest as well, so that is not necessary. That should only be set when we actually change the head, so we don't need to change anything with the head otherwise. So I created a few new items. So we have our generic character. We can pick up some items. I'm just gonna show you. There we have. So now we have a few items. We should probably set up some kind of like details item thingy, so we can see what the items names are and stuff on the inventory. But anyway, we equip this one. It doesn't work now because this is one character, so this isn't supposed to have the head. But if I equip the chest, that's fine. I can also equip another chest. Looks a little bit weird. Yeah, this is obviously the downside of working with different. I should adjust that one a little bit. Balaclava should be maybe -5. Because the balaclava obviously works fine with the police chest because they are made to fit, but it's weird as soon as I pick up another one. But you get the point. It doesn't have to be exact here. We switch chest. Balaclava is on. Switch to this chest. Ah, it looks better now. So, yeah. So there are workarounds you can do. This looks alright. I think it's pretty good for the models that we're actually using, and that's fine. We can switch back to this one. We can also equip some kind of tactical goggles, helmets, and now we are some kind of futuristic soldier. Maybe not very fitting for the game I'm going for here, but yeah, it's just to show. I think this looks all right. So yeah, and everything seems to be saving. We solved most bugs. I kind of want to pause the inventory stuff for a while, I think. Maybe I will clean it up a little bit just to make it look a little bit nicer. We'll see. I'll decide until the next video. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Channel is growing. We are like 2.2 thousand subscribers, which is awesome. So yeah. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.